Welcome to the show today, baby. This your boy Jimbo Dean, aka Jimbo Slice, aka Jimmy Obama. And you can call me whichever one of those you want. Please don't call me no damn New Orleans Saints fan. This is Down Yonder Sports, and we're back talking about the Atlanta Falcons. And it's going down, baby. Training camp has started. Guess what? That's my boy Big Mike over there in Atlanta, Mike Dub. What's going on, Big Mike? New week, new show. Training camp is in business. What's happening, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like you said, man, training camp is in business. Like this is the part where as a football player, you start to, you just get to focus on football. You don't have to, it's not the off season where everybody's telling you how good you are. And, you don't have to, wonder, is there going to be a season? I think, as of August 5th, it looks like we're going to have us a season. So I think hopefully if everything continues to work as we expect it to, as it should, I think that, I honestly, here's the thing, man. I hear it a lot. The Falcons are a better team this year than they were last year. Not exactly sure what that means. Maybe we can touch on that a little bit later. But
Right.
it looks like we got some better players and we're in a better position than we were last year. So, every time we get a chance to talk about, our birds and, what their ceiling is, I think, man, like I said, the opportunities are endless with this team, man. So, like I said, man, it's a good week, man. Good week to talk some football, man.
Great week. I'm glad the boy back in training camp, man. And before we get into the video, baby, I'd like to thank all y'all Down Yonder Sport, Down Yonder Nation fans out there. Continue to tune in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, leave comments, questions down below. We're gonna get on that, man. But Down Yonder Sports, we're gonna get the Falcons every now and then. But I like to say me and Mike really appreciate y'all from getting with us from when we started from the bottom. And now we're gonna
Right.
move our way on up to the top like the George Jeffersons. And don't call me and Mike no damn New Orleans fans. Now let's jump into it because we're almost a little late on this. But just because we're a little late don't mean we can't give our opinion on it. And our opinion is going to be different from everybody else. You can believe that. Cold and cock it back. You can believe that. Now let's jump right into old Darqueze Dennard. Darqueze Dennard from the Cincinnati Bengals. First round draft pick out of Michigan State. Played a little nickel back over there for Cincinnati Bengals. They played with my high school teammate, Reggie Nelson. What's up, Big Reg? Played with Reggie Nelson over there, starting safety. Hey, this is a major pickup for the Atlanta Falcons, and I am loving it right now. Now, do Joe Witt Jr. have something to do with this? Maybe so. Is this Dan Quinn? Maybe so. Is this Raheem Morris? Maybe so. I can go on down the line. Rich McKay? Maybe so. We can go on down the line on who it could and could not be. But at the end of the day, Dennard, you are an Atlanta Falcon right now. Welcome to the brotherhood, my brother. Hey, it's good to see that we're loading that secondary up with people, with veterans, which is what they call it, a young secondary. But we loading it up with veterans. When we bringing in the veterans, when they're looking good, I think what Joe Wick Jr. can work with, I think he got enough where he can work with. You know what I mean? He got his ingredients to make that jambalaya. Now all he got to do is just mix it up in that pot and let it go to work. I believe that if now that's a big if. Now no down on the leave in the comments question below what I'm going to say. If he's going to be on the outside, it's Adios Isaiah Oliver. Now y'all disagree or agree? Hit me know. But if they're gonna put him on the outside, it's Adios Amigos Isaiah Oliver. Mike, let me get your thoughts on this, man, because you kind of called this about a couple months ago. You kind of called this in one of our old videos. You wanted to see the Falcons pick this guy up. They got him now. Now tell me how you feel about it.
Again, man. I think you do a good job of alley-ooping it, man, because you really nailed it. You put the nail right on the head again, because I think whether Dennard plays on the inside or the outside. Let's touch on Dennard for a second.
Right.
6-foot cornerback, 200 pounds, has the flexibility to be able to play inside and outside. Now, little known fact about Darqueze Dennard, right? He almost signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Something happened. I believe it was a 3-year, $13 million deal. Some of the contract, the contract talks broke down at the very end. But the expectation for Dennard was that he was going to be the outside corner, possibly in a cornerback 2, possibly potentially in a cornerback 1 role. Now, having that flexibility is huge for the Falcons. Huge for the Falcons, but not as huge for Isaiah Oliver. because at the end of the day, every time you talk to Dan Quinn, now Dan Quinn could be doing a great job of smoke and mirrors, but if I had to trust Dan Quinn this year with his job being on the line, as we discussed most shows, Dan Quinn really is in a position to play cat and mouse with who the best potential player is. If I had to kind of pull the bushes back a little bit and really try to listen to what Dan Quinn is telling me, he's telling me that he likes Kendall Sheffield. He's telling me that Kendall Sheffield does all of the right things. He's telling me that Kendall Sheffield actually could be either our cornerback 1 or cornerback 2 this year, and we don't miss a beat. And I would go as far to say Kendall Sheffield has a good enough skill set. And at the end of the day, he tackles well, he covers well, or runs a 4-3. He's really a track athlete playing cornerback. I think it breeds well for Kendall Sheffield. Does not bode well for Isaiah Oliver.
Not at all.
But Dennard, I think, will give us the ability to give different looks, because at the end of the day, if you have an experienced nickel corner who I believe he started 20, 25 games out of the nickel over the last couple of years for the Bengals. If you've got a Dennard and he's able to play inside and outside, I think that helps us with a lot of people in our division. A Michael Thomas, he potentially could go out and guard a Michael Thomas. I think guarding our bigger tight ends, your Gronkowski of the world, that is actually one of the most versatile moves we've made in this offseason. And I put it up there with Dante Fowler. I put it up there with all the other big moves in terms of impact, because we will use Dennard from day one. No question about it.
No question about it. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, I would like to thank you very much for fouling that up. Duval. Oh no, y'all fouled that up. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are doing, look here, Jacksonville. Y'all are doing a very good job down there. I don't care what nobody else say about you. You're doing a very good job. Keep it up. Thank you for Dante Fowler. Let him go to the Rams, and now he with us. You're doing a very great job down there. It's a beautiful thing y'all got going on down there in Jacksonville. Keep it up. Be the Jaguar that you are. I love that. Anyway, Dennard, 77 games with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
3 interceptions, 22 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles. We got 3 sacks up in there. Let me get 3 sacks. Let me get 3 sacks of that up in there. And he had 274 tackles. A lot of tackles for a corner in 77 games now. Holla at me. The boy like to tackle. Boy don't shy away from no talent. From no tackles that are true front. You hear me? The man will come up and tackle, true front. Now with Dennard, he's like you said, Mike. Versatility is number 1. Okay, go down this schedule. You got some hellified receivers you're gonna have to face. You can mix and match and put people on people that can guard people, if you get what I'm saying. If you're doing a one-on-one thing, just because you got a Mike Evans on the outside, that don't mean Isaiah Oliver got to be on there. If Dennard is a better matchup for Mike Evans, maybe Dennard gonna be playing outside this week. Okay, if we're gonna play against the Bucks, Perriman killing us. Okay, what's that other receiver they had in the slot over there from Penn State? Yeah. Godwin killing us.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
on the Tampa Bay game, Dennard might be in the slot playing against Perriman or Godwin. It's going to depend on the week. If he's the better matchup for Mike Thomas, he's gonna be a better matchup for DJ Metcalf. Okay. We're going to play the Cowboys. Okay, who's going to play Cooper? Who's going to play against C.D. Lamb? Now, Gallup. We can move them all around, and depending on the week, he could be in the inside or the outside. I think he's going to play both, which is going to be good because you can create. It won't be that easy for offensive coordinators to create a matchup problem against us, because we got weapons that can come in and negate all that. We clear across the board. You hear what I'm saying? Now, in 2019, Dennard, that was his best season, according to Football Focus. That was his best season, and I'm happy to hear that, because as a former defensive back myself, all we do is get better when we want to. If we really want to get better, we're gonna get better. And if our quarterback is getting better every year progressively, that means next year he's gonna be even better. Now, if they backtracking a little bit or stuck in quicksand, like I like to say about Isaiah Oliver, a little stuck in quicksand now, bud. You need to come up out of that thing. You need to talk to Bear Grylls so he can teach you how to get out of that quicksand. Huh, Mike? What we talking about now? So
Yes,
you
sir.
either going forward or you backpedaling or backpedaling, literally backpedaling twice, or you stuck in quicksand. Dennard is going forward. 2019, his best season, man.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
can
And hey, look, and to your point now, Pro Football Focus is 17th best cover corner. So we got a top 20 cover corner late.
oh,
Just fell
God.
into our lap. At
Yeah,
the end
fella.
of the day, as Falcons fans, we appreciate it. Like I said,
That's good.
no matter what the pundits say, Big Jimbo, no matter what the pundits say, we
Yeah.
got a top 20 corner and we fit him in a salary cap that ain't been the best. It's been a
Oh,
tough year on the cap for us. 2021 to be worse, but we ain't worried about 2021. We're talking about 2020. To fill Dennard in will pay dividends for us. And again, I put the move up there, like I said before, with the Dante Fowler, with the Todd Gurley in terms of impact, because these guys are veterans. They played in the league. They played a lot of games. They know what to do. And last but not least, they want to be Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
Can't stress
so
that enough.
so we ain't had that in a very, very very long time. Good to
Yes,
see.
sir.
Let's jump on to this next topic, Michael. We can talk about Dennard. You know, I'm a secondary man. We go on and on about that guy. We go on and on about this him. Now let's jump on to this next topic, and we go jump over to some of the players that got activated. And this is great. This is great news. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we got Jay Hawkins. We got Danny Etling. We got Foley Olukun. I probably butchered your name. Foley Olukun. I know his name because I said it a lot last year. We got Tyler Davidson back off in this thing. They've been activated off that reserve, that COVID-19 list. They've been activated. The boys are back. They back on the field. They're ready to go. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, Dan Quinn can't put their hands on them just yet, but they back. They activated now, which is very good news because we thought it was going to be a little bit longer than this. But now they've been activated just a little bit more early. Now they can get in there and start to gel with the rest of the defense guys. Danny, you can get in there and start working the dirt cutter offense and learning that offense a little bit more. I don't know how you feel about learning dirt cutter stuff. Here we go. But anyway, these boys are activated and they are back, Mike. Now, good news is they're back. Bad news is some people are still not back yet. That's the bad news. But we got some on back. We ain't got everybody, but we got some on back. Mike, is this good news? Is this music to your ears, big dog? That these boys is activated back in this time frame? Is it music to
Man,
your
listen. This ain't even just music to my ears. This is the orchestra playing, man. This is the conductor's up there with his little stick, and he's up there like getting everybody back, getting everybody in order. It's great news for me,
right.
especially at two key positions for me: defensive tackle and linebacker. At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, here's the thing. Now, I had a gasp for air when I saw Foy Olukun on that COVID list because we are razor thin at linebacker. Outside of Debo, we really need a linebacker to step
No
up.
question.
We expecting a lot out of Olukun. Now, at the end of the day, Buchanan he's a good veteran. And listen, you won't catch me diminish a Deion Buchanan.
No sir.
Versatility central, a linebacker that can cover safeties. I think at the end of the day, it's like getting a Kamal Ishmael probably at year one or year two in his career in terms of the range that he had when he was at Central Florida,
Yeah.
the physicality, everything. And as Ishmael, was in the league longer, I think his skills started to decline a little bit. That's no disrespect to Ishmael, but I think having the freshness of a Buchanan will pay dividends for us as well. But if we are solely dependent on Deion Buchanan and Deion Jones to lead this linebacking core, we in for a bit of trouble. So the sooner you can get a second-year player like Olukun, who is supposed to take that jump, who is a smart player at the end of the day, and as a starter, I think that is a good move for the defense. The timing of it is perfect. Listen, every day that we didn't have Foy at camp, it was, like I said, it sets our defense back. Tyler Davidson, another key guy, another core guy. So you got two defensive starters back. I would say a little bit ahead of schedule because, Jimbo, I don't know about you, man. I expected another 2 weeks to see these guys on the list. So to see these guys come back quick and to be back in the clear, back ready to roll, I can't see how it's a bad thing.
And I think with them coming back this quick, this is a great sign for the future, because if any other player hit it, they could come back faster than usual instead of that whole little 2-week thing. Because I thought the same thing you thought, Mike. I thought it was gonna be way longer, but great news today. All right, man. Let's jump on to this next subject. We finna go jump into camp, because they in camp and they getting on the mic. They giving interviews. They speaking their mind. They telling it like it is over there at Flowery Branch, ain't they now? And I'm gonna start straight off with old Calvin Ridley, wide receiver, University, Alabama, first round draft pick. Holla at me. Now I like this bold statement, because this just tells me this man is competitive. This statement tells me that this man done bust his ass this whole offseason. And me and Mike, we talked about it a little bit. We seen it with our own eyes. That tells me this man is hungry. That tells me this man is tired, sick and tired of not winning. That tells me that this man is ready to take the torch from Julio Jones. That tells me that this man is a professional, a professional football player that played for the Atlanta Falcons, that played for our team. You should love this type of motivation and determination by one of our starters that is going into his third year in the league.
Sorry, in the league.
You got to respect this and just feel the fire coming from this man saying this. Calvin Ridley said he gonna be 1,000. He should be 1,000. He ready to hit the elite. He's a 1,000-yard receiver. Fuck out. Forget out. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost got hyped up there, man. All right, back up off for a little bit, Jumbo. Calvin Ridley hear me. But the man said, forget all the dumb stuff. I am an elite receiver. I am a 1,000-yard receiver, and I'm ready to show people that this year. Man, how I love that. And I'm gonna tell you something. If anybody is willing to come out and predict what they do, you better believe they're gonna do it. And they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure they stick to their word. Because the only thing the man got is his word. Now, that's one of the quotes that stuck out to me at training camp. There's plenty other more now. Give me some of the thoughts of some of these quotes you got getting out of these boys, or what you getting out of training camp, Big Mike. They feel good.
You know what? Hey, I could talk about everybody else, but I'm gonna stay right there with you at Calvin Ridley. I think Calvin Ridley, he talks, sounds, moves, act like a third-year receiver. Not just a third-year receiver that's been in the league, but a third-year receiver that's willing to that's ready to make some noise, to say, hey, every time you think about Julio Jones, you need to think about me. Now, here's the thing. You got a little brother that's starting to be more and more the big brother. Now, he ain't ready to beat up the big brother yet. He ain't nowhere ready to beat up his big brother. No. But he is letting his big brother know, they're like, hey, man, I'm working out. Just letting you know, big bro. I'm taking all my notes from you. And I'm going to tell you something about Calvin Ridley. Hey, look, Down Yonders, YouTube this video. YouTube Mecole Hardman, Calvin Ridley do 7-on-7 drills.
Yeah, so.
And what you'll do is you'll see an NFL receivers that make college cornerbacks and high school cornerbacks look like college cornerbacks and high school cornerbacks. Now, shout out to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, I saw some videos of you where you thought that you could go against some high school players and that you could play a little cornerback, and you thought that a 6'4", hungry high school receiver wouldn't march you in the end zone. And man, you got embarrassed. But let me tell you something. We're not here to talk about the Chiefs. We are here to talk about Calvin Ridley. And I'm gonna tell you something. Calvin Ridley, again, I say it every week. I talk about him every week. He gets love every week because he is the type of football player that, again, Nick Saban talks about him in the highlight. Dan Quinn talks about him in the highlight. Julio Jones talks about him. You can't find too many people that are around this guy that can say anything bad about this guy. His work ethic, his approach. At the end of the day, Calvin Ridley is one of those guys that you almost got to hold him back, because if he's hurt, he's going to try to play. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, what else do you want out of one of your, I would say, budding star receivers on an already great offense? So I think that, like I said, we always talk about Calvin Ridley, but his ceiling is so high that, you know, it's almost like we just got to let him play football. We got to let his talent speak for itself, because we all see it. We all know his potential, and we know that, you know, he's just scratching the surface with how good he will be and how good he can be as well. So.
No question about it. And the great DMX always said, man, let a dog be a dog, okay? And I think it's time, Kevin Ridley. It's time to let you be a dog, big dog. Because we know, y'all know, the offense know what they do to Julio Jones, what they're going to have to do with Todd Gurley, what they're going to have to do. Him predicting that 1,000-yard receiving is he probably dead on. What they got to do with Hayden Hurst, he's probably dead on, because he knows you ain't going to be able to double guard me this year, baby.
Right.
I'm finna get you. I'm finna get you. I gotta get you. Hey man, shout out to AJ Terrell. He got a quote coming out of. I'm gonna do one more quote coming out of this camp. And what I like about this young cornerback, being a former young cornerback myself, he said, I like to get better. I like to get better every day. And I ain't quoting this. I'm paraphrasing here, y'all. Give me a break, okay? Give me a Kit Kat ball. I'm paraphrasing this. He said, I want to get better every day. Every day I want to go into this lock. Every day I want to go into camp and get better. And I do not want to make the same mistake I made yesterday. Now, AJ Terrell, I done said it before. I said this once about the Golden Rule. You just don't get beat deep, big dog. Just don't get beat deep. That's all you got to do. But if you coming into training camp with that quote, that speaks volumes on Joe Wick Jr., and man, we can do a whole show on this coach. A whole show. And I mean that, Down Yonder. Me and Mike can do a whole show on it. But that speaks volumes for what Joe Wick Jr. is putting into this young man's head. Also, it speaks volumes for AJ Terrell to show that he's almost ready to be playing as an NFL corner. As a cornerback, you got to get better every day. If you take a day off, you're going to get boinked. I said boinked. Like butter plate toast, you're going to get boinked. So every day he's saying he's trying to get better, and he ain't trying to make the same mistake he made as the day before, which is just watching film. That's all that is. When that man said, I ain't trying to make the same mistake I made yesterday, all that is watching film, y'all. Down Yonder, that's watching film. That's basically what he said. Now, Mike, I'm going to give you one more hit on that quote. Anybody outside of that training camp, you got a quote on you want to drop? Or are we just going to go into these quotes? Oh, let me know what's up.
Well, I mean, just real quick, Dante Fowler Jr., I see he's been doing a lot of talking, which is good because, again, we're going to touch a little bit more on him without, we're going to touch a little bit more on him later. Y'all wait. You know what I mean? Once we go with our dogs, we're gonna give y'all more love on that. But I think Dante Fowler, basically, what I like about Dante Fowler, he sounds a little bit humble, and again, he sounds humble. He said that he made a lot of the mistakes in the NFL. He kind of glad he made them a little bit earlier. He had a lot of money. He didn't really know what to do with a lot of different things, and he seems like he has matured going to Jacksonville, going out to LA, coming to Atlanta. It seems like his perspective is where it needs to be. And again, I think that as a byproduct of that, his attitude will, you know what I'm saying? It'll push over the Tack, because Tack, again, we know it's a money year this year for Tack. But when it comes to Dante Fowler, at the end of the day, he's got the money. We paid him. We showed him that he's special, but he's hungry to prove that he's worth every dollar. And, again, we're going to talk about another defensive end in my closing thoughts that may not love football as much as he does, but we know that Dante Fowler loves football. We don't have to question that.
No, we ain't got to question that love. No question. No doubt about it. We ain't got to question that love. That man is driven and ready to go.
And on that note, let me do my closing thoughts first this week, because I want to, while we talking about defensive ends, now go ahead, you finish whatever else you got to say. But when we talk defensive end, I'm gonna come back to that position.
Oh man, I can't hold like DMS said. Now once again, let a dog be a dog. Whoo, Big Mike ready to get him.
Yeah, so okay.
Lord. Okay. Let's just go ahead and jump on the tractor and just ride on into these closing thoughts then, Big Mike. Man, you're gonna sit like a Georgia Bulldog, okay? Go ahead and get them closing thoughts. Sick it.
Bro, let me tell you something. For years, Falcons fans, we have we've been rooting for a guy that we thought was a hero. And I would say a hero from the standpoint that he wanted to be an Atlanta Falcon. He wanted to get drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. And guess what, y'all? His dream came true. He got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. But let me tell you something. He had one good year, which, again, that year we went to the Super Bowl, we needed everything that we got out of it, man. His love for football was so apparent that year that it jumped through the roof. Loved it. Who are we talking about? Victor Beasley. Now, Mr. Victor Beasley. At the end of the day, now listen, this is a Falcons show, and you're a Tennessee Titan. So, but every Falcons fan that's watching this, y'all know why we are talking about Victor Beasley. There's no reason that when a player signs for another team, let me tell you something, here on Falcons Nation, when a player signs with another team, we let that player live and sign for another team, because we are not here to bash players. We're here to support players. And hey, when players go to other teams, we wish you well. But when you're not a dirty bird, we look at you with a little bit more critical eye. Victor Beasley, at the end of the day, you did what you had to do. You got a contract. you went to another team. But as a result of your contract with another team, Victor Beasley, as a result of this contract, we received a conditional 5th-round pick in the process, which is contingent upon you playing football, you going to Nashville, you showing up for camp, you reaching out to the coaching staff. Now, talking to the coach, talking to the general manager, talking to the owner, they say, knock, knock. We have not heard from you, Victor Beasley. And Victor Beasley, guess what you're doing for us right now as Falcons fans? You are hurting our 5th-round pick chances. So look, listen, either you're going to play or you're not going to play, okay? And if you're not going to play, call them, let them know. Listen, this football, man, we ain't got time to be knocking and be like, hey, Vic, man, you going to show up to Nashville or not? You know, hey, Vic, you going to play some football today? You want to rush the pass? You want to beat a couple offensive tackles so we can win a championship? Because, man, in Tennessee, we got us a thoroughbred at running back who led us to a championship. We actually got a franchise quarterback. We could really use you and your sack potential to help get us. You know what I mean? Help get us over the hump, Victor Beasley. But guess what, Victor Beasley? You somewhere. You probably riding horses somewhere. You know, just living life, laissez-faire. But at the end of the day, Vic Beasley, Vic Beasley, whenever you get off the horse, whenever you come from out in the woods somewhere, you ready to play a little football. The Tennessee Titans would appreciate it, and as Falcons fans, we really would appreciate it. And Victor Beasley, look, this will be my last closing thoughts on you, but please show up to camp. And if not, please let them know something so that we can have new news to report on. And Jimmy, that is my closing thoughts. I have nothing else to add, nothing else to say. Sir, take us on home.
I'm gonna take you on home. I ain't even finna say nothing about that. I'm just finna go straight into my closing thought because I really ain't got time for that nonsense. You heard what I'm saying? And I want to start off. You almost got fired up, Mike. Calm down there, bro. Calm down there. All right. Put the campfire out now. Woo. But yeah, man. Doggone it. Yeah. I want to talk about Keanu Neal. They see my closing thoughts, and this is good. Because I see him on the field running full speed, looking like he was about to run into a brick wall and knock the whole brick wall down, like a run into a brick wall. I'm loving this. This guy looked like he's ready, and he's finna be the enforcer that we had in the middle. Now, this is great news, Down Yonder Nation. This Atlanta Falcons. This is great news. So to see him moving like that, a torn Achilles, come on now. Some people is struggling. Boogie is struggling right now. Okay? If y'all don't know what I'm talking about the Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, the old Boogie cousin. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Boogie struggling. Look here, man. Whoever that trainer was that helped Keanu Neal got back into the shape that he got back in, to be out there on that field this early, running that fast, and looking like he ready to put a nail in the coffin. I salute you. I really appreciate you. Keanu Neal, good job on the hard work. I really love it. You're an Atlanta Falcon. And, man, I really hope that you come in here, and you show up, and you show out, and we re-sign you, and you just continue to be the deuce that you are. And put the fear into these offenses that we're going to be going into like you did Super Bowl year and the year that you were playing. It feels good in my soul. It feels good in my heart to see Keanu Neal, a.k.a. the enforcer, a.k.a. here come the boom, back out there on the field running around and just doing his thing, man. I love it. He looked comfortable, too. Good God, he looked comfortable. Keep bringing me them videos. Keep sending me them videos. I want to just see him. I don't care. I don't want to see him run around. It look good to be running around. That's my closing thoughts. Holla at your boy, Jimbo D.
Yes, sir. Yes,
good
sir.
God, Almighty Keanu Neal is back off in the building. Boy, I can talk about him all day long, too. Better holla at me. All right, baby. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Who is y'all surprise player in camp as of right now? Leave it in the comment and let us know so we can answer back to that. Leave us a question. Yeah, how about y'all leave us questions? Don't leave no comment. Leave us a question in that thing. And if you're new, subscribe, hey, like button, all that good stuff, man. This is Down on the Sports. We ain't going nowhere like me and Mike always say. We ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
It's feel good back and be watching some football. We're never, 39 days away? Good God Almighty, it ain't that far.
Yes, sir. It's coming.
It's coming. So until then, man, you can catch me at Jimmy Obama, on Twitter. That Big Mike, you can catch him. You want to plug it, Mike?
Hey, man, catch me at Mike Dub, MIKE_DUB. Check me out. Like, listen, I'm slow with the follow game on Twitter, but please follow me. I promise to follow you back. And if not, call me out in the comments and say, Mike, you promised to follow me back, and I didn't. And guess what? I not only follow you back, I mention you on the next show because I didn't do something I said I was going to do. Straight up.
Keep them up. Keep them to that. But this is Down on the Sports. We'll be back with y'all next week. Hey, we might be back with y'all this week. Good show in Atlanta United this week too, Mike. Good show. I love that. That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
But this is Down on the Sports. Until then, we'll see y'all next week. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get back with y'all, baby. We're up out of here. Adios.
Peace, y'all. Yes, sir.